on the beautiful campus of Rochester Christian University and inside of Garth Pleasant Arena. This is Warriors basketball on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Stephen MacDonald here with you, saying hello everyone and welcome to our broadcast as the Rochester Christian Warriors host the Kentucky Christian Knights. First game of the 2025 season for the Warriors. The Knights have already knocked one off. The 2025 schedule took on Lawrence Tech to begin their season. Warriors will see the Blue Devils 2 times later on this regular season, but business to attend to start their season here on a Saturday afternoon. Get a look at the starting lineups for both these teams, starting with the visiting Knights. They'll start with this 5. It's Jaden Lloyd, Zarek Sarakatsanis, Lamar Northington II, and Markel Hood, the guards. D'Angelo Stockstill, the redshirt sophomore out of Inkster, Michigan, will be the starting forward. And for the Warriors on the other side, replacing 3 of their 5 starters from a season ago. They'll counter with this group. Lyndon Holder and Tyler Allen, transfers the starting backcourt. Dustin Farrow and Tobias Williams are on the wing, and James Fisher will be the center to jump it up here in just a moment. Just moments away from the opening tip between the Warriors and the Knights of Kentucky Christian. Game 2 of 3 on the day for homecoming weekend for Rochester Christian. The women's volleyball team victorious earlier today, 3-0 over Siena Heights. Women's basketball will be in action later today around 5:30 Eastern Time right here on the Rochester Christian Sports Network, but for now we send it down to the floor to public address announcer Mark Stowers.
Showing respect to every spectator, athlete, coach, and official involved in today's game. At this time, we ask that you please stand. Please remove your hats and join us in a word of prayer, followed by the playing of our national anthem. Our prayer today will be given by RCU alum Tom Graham.
First, I have to say, Garth usually does this, but he called me in off the bench. So, with that, God, thank you so much. It's an honor to pray for 2 Christian teams, Lord, and pray that you would be with them today and keep them safe. And Father, we just pray that it's a great game, a great time of fellowship. And Lord, I pray that we will demonstrate sportsmanship with each other, and I'm sure we will. And also, Father, that your name would be glorified amongst all of us and all we do. God, you bless us richly, and we give you the thanks for the opportunity to enjoy this game. Thank you, Father.
Please remain standing with the singing of our national anthem by Dr. David Brackney and Dr. Caitlin Brackney.
And the rocket's red blaze
For Kentucky Christian, number 0, Jaden Lloyd. Number 1, Zach Sarkanasis. Number 2, Lamar Northington II. Number 10, D'Angelo Stockstill. And number 35, Markel Hood. Their coaches for Kentucky Christian, Charlie Peck, Todd Mayer, Travis Wheeler, and Riley Porter. And now, the starters for your Rochester Christian University Warriors. A 6'7" forward junior, number 7, Tobias Williams. A 6'5" guard forward, he's a sophomore, number 8, Justin Farrow. A 6'1" senior guard, number 10, Lyndon Holder. A 6'2" junior guard, number 11, Tyler Allen. And rounding out the lineup, a senior forward, 6'9", number 24, James Fisher. With head coach Dr. Cliff Clemens in his 15th season, and assistants Quinn Wright, Scott Daniels, and Eric Pereira.
Well, there you have it. That is the word from public address announcer Mark Stowers here inside of Garth Pleasant Arena. All that's left to do now to begin the 2025 season is to jump it up. James Fisher will do the honors for the Warriors. D'Angelo Stockstill will take it for the Knights. Quickly go through the starting lineups once more while we have a moment. It's Jaden Lloyd, Sarah Ketsanis, Lamar Northington II. Stockstill will jump it up, and Markel Hood, the starting 5 for the Knights. It's Williams, Farrow, Holder, Allen, and Fisher for the Warriors. Mentioned Holder and Allen, a couple transfer guards for Rochester Christian this season. Holder transferring from Oakland Community College. Tyler Allen, a transfer from Vermont State. And we're underway. Farrow goes in, lays it up short. Follow-up no by Williams. Got his miss and put it back in for 2. Tobias Williams gets us started. Coming off a season where he played just 6 games a year ago, but made the most of his time when he was in there, 26 minutes per game, as there's a straight-on 3 through. Sarah Ketsanis buries the triple. Underhand flip at the other end does not go for Lyndon Holder. On the run, Knights looking to push. Corner pocket 3. Looked like Farrow got a fingertip on it. Doesn't matter. He triples from the corner. Drop it off. Williams spirals. Got it to go off glass. To finish that thought from a moment ago about Tobias Williams, 11.5 points per game in those 6 games. Shooting at about 50% from the floor. Leaning back, missing was Hood. Fisher the rebound. He was excellent in rebounding a season ago. Dustin Farrow gets the deuce. We're tied at 6. Just over a minute and a half gone by. Up and over with the shot, but Sarah Ketsanis no good this time. Into the corner goes. Farrow wants a 3. Halfway down, it spins out. Slow it down in the front court. Markel Hood gets it right back. Drops it inside. That's swatted away by Tyler Allen. Up the floor, Williams. Acrobatic finish for 2. Crowd comes alive as the ball gets kicked into the corner. Warriors by 2. Ball's on the floor, scooped up by Lloyd. Reset it out high, still 13 to shoot. Pull up 3 is short. Allen's going to get the rebound, 1 hop off the floor. Puts his head down, picks up the dribble. Dustin Farrow with it, 29 games, 29 starts a season ago as a freshman, whistling a foul as Allen takes the jumper. First foul of the game. Looks like they got Jaden Lloyd for his first. Puts Tyler Allen at the free throw line. Off the side on the first one. For Lloyd a season ago, actually after his last 2 seasons, has appeared in 28 games in each of his first 2 seasons with the Knights, averaged 8.3 points and 8.7 points per game in 26 minutes per. 1 out of 2 at the line for Tyler Allen. Couple subs for the Warriors, including the freshman Mason Parker, and that is the younger brother of now former Warrior Brody Parker. Float it to Sarah Katsanis, and a whistle and a foul is going to be called. Let's see who they give it to. Jamil Mashur, who checked in along with Parker, picks up the foul. Mashur, a junior forward, stands 6'7", out of Dearborn, Michigan. Stepping inside the free throw line, floater sticks it. That was Northington the second with the bucket. 16:30 to go, first half. Warriors by 1. Parker to the corner, gets it back from Mashuri. 3 is on the way short, but gets knocked down and fouled. Sarah Katsanis picks up the foul, his first, team second. Mason Parker at the free throw line shooting 2. Parker, a freshman from Troy, Michigan, attended Troy High School and missed on the first 2. He'll actually get a third, was fouled on a 3. So far in the early going, though, free throws a bit of an issue for the Warriors, just 1 of 4 to start. 4 out of 7 from the floor as Parker misses on all 3. Get it inside, lay-in goes. Stockstill goes up between a couple Warriors and gets the 2, gives his team the 1-point lead. Get it back to the logo, driving, stopping, kicking it this side into the corner. 3 is on the way and through. Preston Saya for 3, the sophomore from Merrillville, Indiana, and a transfer from Shawnee State. Parker goes to the baseline, goes up with the underhand flip and gets fouled. Already the third team foul on the Knights. Clock stops with 15:28 to go first half. Parker back to the free throw line and gets the first. Markel Hood back in for the Knights. One more upcoming at the line for Parker. Got the second one to fall. Northington the second kicked it into the corner, same spot as before for Saea. Three on the way, comes up short. Picked up though by Lloyd, still has it, far side of the floor. Saea missed on the three again, offensive rebound, another one, this time it's Stockstill. 12 to shoot off the reset. Little give and go that time and lay in good. That looks like Markel Hood. Looks like James Fisher getting ready to check back in at the next whistle. Three line drive, no good by Tomias Williams. Don't see him shoot a ton of threes, at least going back to last season. Ball's on the deck, picked up by Williams. Drives, drops it off for Farrow for two. Second bucket for Dustin Farrow. He's got 4 points on 2 of 4 shooting. Mashore gets hit with the foul. That'll be his second, team's third. James Fisher will check in, but before that, we've got the media timeout on the floor, all tied at 15. 14-10 to go first half. It's the Warriors and the Knights on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. $14-10 to go first half. The foul before the media timeout on Mashore was his second, team's second. The Knights have 3 fouls on their end. It'll be the Knights to inbound out of the timeout. Both teams shooting at 6 of 10 from the floor to begin play. Knights 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. Hickman III's pass got swatted by James Fisher, held on to though by the Knights. Turning, shooting, and scoring is Jaden Lloyd. Float it down to the baseline, in tight for Fisher, backs his way in, turns, and it rolls around and out. Trying to hit the cutter. Warriors have a chance to rush it up the floor, and they do for the flush with Williams. Six points, 2 assists for Tomias Williams to begin the ball game on 3 of 4 shooting. Backing in, losing it was Hood. Warriors a possible 3-on-3 the other way. Pull up three in transition, splash it down. Lyndon Holder for three. First triple of the day for the Warriors. Mason Parker goes down to the floor, gets it to James Fisher, a breakaway for the Warriors, and Parker's going to get the lay-in. Parker goes down to the floor to get the basketball, gets paid off at the other end with the lay-in. He's got 4 points. That was his first field goal make. Also has a couple free throws as well. Lost it on the way up, and they'll say deflected off of James Fisher and out of play. .12:09 to go first half, 22-17 Warriors. Baseline inbound for the Knights. Tyler Allen comes back in. Darnell Turner Jr., the junior guard, comes in as well. Bounce it in, left-handed lay-in, good for Stockstill. Fisher, double teamed on the baseline, finds Gould for three. Just a touch too strong that time. Gould, a sophomore out of Frazier. Saw action in 27 games a season ago. Leaning back and filling it. That was Hood as Williams tries to rush it up on the other end. Doesn't get the shot to fall, but does draw the whistle and the foul. Saya with the foul. That'll be the team's fourth. His first. Tamias Williams at the free throw line already has 6 points in this one and make it 7. One more for him at the line is off the heel. Fisher got a hand on it and will go the other way. 11:28 to go in the first half. Turner Jr. and Tyler Allen, the guards for the Warriors. It's Gould and Williams on the wing. James Fisher is the big man. Step back three against Fisher. Not going to get it to go. Long rebound comes down to Allen. He'll look to push, gets to the free throw line, rise and fire. Now try to push it the other direction for three. Williams has it, gonna lean back and come up short. Straightaway three, almost wedged it in the backboard there, but it comes down to the Warriors. Up the floor it goes. Tyler Allen on the reverse. Couldn't get the bounce to go. Here's Hood. Tries to go to the interior, pass tipped and out of bounds. That'll send in Lucas Brannon. Jaden Lloyd comes in for the Knights. Bounce pass into Northington the second. Lloyd tries to turn the corner on Williams, pinballs and falls, counted on a foul. That'll be the first on Tyler Allen, team's third. It'll be one free throw at the line for Lloyd. It's up and off. Allen brings it to the front court. He's got 4 points so far in this one. Just about halfway through the first half. Foul goes on Lloyd there, his second. Fisher, not his prettiest dunk, but got it to go. First basket for Fisher tonight. Warriors look to get on the run, drop it off baseline to Fisher. He'll turn, hook, come up short. Brannon the follow, and Brannon the finish. For Brannon a season ago, just 4 games played, averaged 6.5 minutes per game last season. Fisher contests the shot, but the hook shot up and in. That was Stockstill on the shot. Allen pumps the brakes, goes off glass, and puts it in. Tyler Allen up to 6 points early. Stockstill drives, picks up the dribble. Warriors bench wanted to travel. Looks like he took an extra step before going up with it. Had James Fisher airborne. As we've reached the under 12 media timeout, 8:57 to go first half. It's the Knights by 1. We'll take the timeout from Garth Pleasant Arena on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. $8:57 to go in the first half between the Warriors and the Knights of Kentucky Christian. Knights have, the Knights trailing by 1, 29-28. Knights shooting at 60% to begin the game, 12 of 20. Warriors 54%, 12 of 22. Knights 4 of 8 from three-point range, but have turned it over 5 times. Warriors have not turned it over yet in this game. 8 to shoot as they get it inside, and Tobias Williams got his hand in there, ripped it away. Dustin Farrow on the run, gonna go in, lay it up short, but a whistle and a foul. Foul goes on Matthew Rugg. That'll be his first, team 6th. Preston Saya comes back in. Free throws no good. And off the miss, sounds like they're going to give a foul to Markel Hood. That'll put Ashton Gould at the line to shoot 1-1. First foul on Hood, team 7th. First one is up and good. Gould playing 15 minutes a game a season ago. 4.2 points per game. Averaged just over 3.5 field goals per game. Had a season high 11 points against St. Thomas and Madonna. Also had a couple 9-point games as well against Redeemer and Siena Heights. Gives his team the 3-point lead here inside of 8.5 to go in the half. Lob it inside. He comes away with the steal, gives it off to Farrow in transition. Then Tomias Williams can't pick up the bounce pass at the elbow. At the other end, Gould gets back on defense, swats the shot, but they say whistle and a foul will go against him. Tried to contest Jaden Lloyd. That'll be the first on Gould, team's 4th. First free throw is no good by Jaden Lloyd. Jamil Mashur comes back in for the Warriors. Second free throw is through. Lloyd now 5 points, 2 of 2 from the floor, 1 of 3 from the free throw line, floated in, looking for Mashur. Off target, kind of points at his chest, says my bad. Stockstill trying to drive in on Mashur, who walls up. Stockstill missed the shot. Lucas Brannon away with it. Into the corner it goes. Holder thought about the 3. Sends it back outside. Mashur for 3. Brannon the offensive rebound on the go. Up fake shot does not go. Swing it back to the top. Halfway down it spins around and out. And now Holder is going to slow things down a bit. Backing in is Williams. He'll lean back and come up off the heel. Rebound Mashur, but he stepped out of bounds with it. That'll be the 3rd on Mashur. Sends back in James Fisher. Fisher 2 points, a rebound, and 2 assists so far today. Down low it goes. In a crowd is Stockstill and scores. Pass taken away. It's Stockstill. Leaves it for Northington the 2nd. Holder tracking it out to midcourt. Doesn't come up with it. Into the corner it goes for 3. Halfway down and out. Tomias Williams up ahead. Right-handed floater goes. With that last miss from 3, as that ball poked loose by Williams, Kentucky Christian now 4 of 10 shooting from 3-point range. James Fisher comes down with the defensive rebound. Inside of 6 to play first half. Warriors by 2 and in the bonus. Farrow got tangled up, leaves it for Fisher, who ran out of real estate. 13 on the shot clock for the Warriors. Holder looks at the clock with 7, steps back with it, and lost it out of bounds. They'll say Holder last to touch it. Fourth team turnover by the Warriors so far. 7 turnovers for Kentucky Christian. Warriors have 14 points off turnovers so far, as that one was swatted, but then the follow-up goes. Saya with the putback off the rejection. We're tied at 33. Corner 3 for Parker is 2 hops off the rim. Go inside, in deep. Stockstill lay in good. Solid first half performance for the redshirt sophomore out of Inkster, as that one bounces around and down. Stockstill, who gets it here at the logo, coming off a solid performance in their season opener against Lawrence Tech, had 23 points on 10 of 14 shooting. Saya gets the 2 on the hook shot. Back and forth we go here in the first half. Get it over to Fisher. Had his pocket picked on the run, 3-on-1 the other way into the corner. Collects his feet, fires, and fills it. Lamar Northington the second for 3. It's a 5-point lead for the Knights. Bounce it to Fisher, who lays it in. Give the assist to Mason Parker there. Just about 3 minutes to play in the first half. Rise and fire from just outside the elbow goes. Back-to-back buckets for Northington the second. Williams going to back his way in, fires it down low to Fisher. One dribble and lay-in goes. Warriors still shooting at around 53% for the half. 3 from the wing, knocks it down. Preston Saya triples. Knights have shot it well from 3 this half, 50%. They're 6 of 12. Parker driving, floating, can't get it to fall. Rebound to Stockstill. Trying to go end to end. That was deflected by Williams. 2 minutes to play first half. Farrow bounce pass to Fisher for 2. Timeout on the floor with 1:52 to go in the first half. 45-41, Kentucky Christian in front.
Visit RCUWarriors.com for game schedule.
So far in our first half, Preston Saya and D'Angelo Stockstill 10 points apiece. Saya 4 of 5 shooting, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. Stockstill 5 out of 8 from the floor, also has 5 rebounds. For the Warriors, they're led so far by Williams and Fisher with 8 apiece. Fisher also 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Tyler Allen 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Knights shooting it just over 57% from the floor overall, 50% from three-point range. Warriors 53% from the floor and just 1 out of 6 from 3. Back to it out of the timeout. Timeout was called by the Knights, losing the handle, regaining control, and laying it in under the hoop. That was Northington the second. He's made a couple nice plays here of late. Flip shot does not go for Allen. Stopping and shooting, not going to go this time for Hood. Allen dropped it off to Holder. Williams back topside, extra pass. Outside, Williams checked his feet, fired the three. Fisher tried to put one up, doesn't go. Outside, Hood thought about it. To the logo it goes, final minute first half. Slow it down with Jaden Lloyd. Lloyd 5 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 10 to shoot as he gets it back. Now 5 to shoot as he gets to the free throw line. He'll fire and score. About an 8-second difference between the clocks. That shot disrupted out of the hand of Darnell Turner Jr. Launch it all the way this way into the corner for 3. That one's through for Hood. And then at the other end, a rejection as the Warriors tried to push it up the floor. Clock stops on the ball out of bounds with 12 and a half seconds to go. 52-41 Knights. Inbound picked off, intended for Tyler Allen, then almost taken back by Turner Jr. It'll stay in possession with the Knights, 7 and a half seconds to go. They'll roll it in for Jaden Lloyd. 5 seconds to go in the half. Picks up James Fisher defensively. Free throw line jumper just short. And that is how the first half will end. 52-41 Knights out in front on homecoming weekend for the Warriors. Some stats from that first half of action. Knights shoot it just under 58% in the first half. Just under 54% from three-point range, 7 of 13 from distance. For the Warriors, they shoot it 17 of 36, good for 47% from the floor, but just 1 of 7 from three-point range. Preston Saya, D'Angelo Stockstill, 10 points apiece to lead the Knights. Stockstill has 5 rebounds to go along with his 10 points. On the other side for the Warriors, 8 points apiece for Tamias Williams and James Fisher. Fisher adding 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Tyler Allen, solid first half for him. 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Lyndon Holder, the other starting guard for the Warriors today, 5 points and 4 assists in the first 20 minutes of play. But we go to the half. Kentucky Christian 52, Rochester Christian 41 on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Second half just moments away here on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Stephen McDonald here with you all day long inside of Garth Pleasant Arena. Game 2 of 3 on the day for the Warriors as women's volleyball started out the day around noon Eastern, taking on Siena Heights. They were victorious 3-0. Volleyball team on a roll of late, have now won 11 of their last 14 matches. One of the top teams in the WAC this season. Have a couple more home games to round out the regular season, and looking as though at this point in time they'll get to host a WAC tournament game here coming up in a couple weeks. Some first half stats from the first half of our men's basketball action between the Warriors and the Knights of Kentucky Christian. Knights shot at 7 of 13 from three-point range. Warriors just 1 of 7 from the outside. Preston Saya, D'Angelo Stockstill, each with 10 points apiece in that first half for the Knights. The Warriors were led by Tomias Williams and James Fisher with 8 apiece. Second half is underway. Knights will start with it in the hands of Jaden Lloyd. Lloyd still with it, goes against Holder. Holder walls up on him, shot comes up well short, swatted outside, 3 is on the way, that's short. Sarah Katsanis with the miss from the outside. He hit a couple back in the first half, had 6 points, both coming off threes. Tyler Allen with it. Warriors' first possession of the second half gets tipped out of bounds and will stay at this end. Not even a minute old yet. Into our second half. Fisher hands off Holder for 3 and got it to go. Just the second 3 of the game for the Warriors. Holder has both. Williams looking to push, has numbers, finds Farrow, lay in, good. Warriors cut it down to 6 for the moment. Head coach now in his 15th season is Clint Pleasant, looks on. Fisher contests, but the lay-in drops. Markel Hood the bucket. For Hood, that's 9 points on 4 of 10 shooting, also a couple rebounds and 2 assists as well. Williams gets it at the free throw line with 8 to shoot, drops it off to Fisher, has it poked loose. They say just lost it out of bounds. Seventh team turnover for the Warriors. Getting all the way in, hooking on the lay-in and connects. Looks to be Jaden Lloyd. And then a steal, but Tomias Williams gets it right back. Little give and go with he and Holder, and the lay-in doesn't fall. 56-46 into the corner, wide open, 3 on the way. Rainbow doesn't fall, rebound Farrow. Holder, foot on the gas, wanted to drop it off to Fisher, got it back. Tomias Williams, lay-in does go. Williams into double figures with 10, also has 3 assists. He's shot it at a high percentage, 5 out of 9. 2 of his misses have been from the outside again. Didn't really see him shoot it a ton from the outside in his limited action a season ago. Could be possibly trying to develop that shot this season. One of them, though, he was relatively uncovered. Whistle and a foul goes against the Warriors. First foul of the second half comes just inside of 3 minutes in. It'll be Hood at the line, 1 of 4. First free throw of the day. He's 1 of 4 from 3-point range. He got the free throw to fall and has 1 more upcoming. For Hood, 10 points and make it 11 with the second free throw. Back to a 10-point game, 58-48. Williams has it. Drops it off to Holder. Tries to turn the corner on Northington the second. Couple hops off the rim, doesn't get it to drop. And they'll say stay here with it. It'll be Holder to inbound just off to the left of their basket. Williams to the corner. Parker for 3. Farrow fighting for the rebound, gets it. Outside, Williams left alone. Line drive 3 comes up short. Try to keep it in. Unable to do so was Mashur. Approaching the first media timeout window of the second half. Hood driving, draws some contact, no call, ball out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. Mashur did well there just to cut off the path of Hood. Looks like Lloyd will inbound from almost underneath his own basket. Contested 3 on the way, rims out. Parker did a good job getting a hand up to contest. Lloyd down to the baseline, reverses and scores. Lloyd into double figures now has 11. He's the 3rd player for the Knights into double figures. Joins Hood with 11 and Saya with 10. Also Stockstill as well, so 4 players in double figures. Stockstill has 10. Player down for the Knights. Looks like it's just a cramp. He'll make his way off with some help to the bench. Looks to be Lloyd. So 3 of the 5 Knights starters already into double figures. It's Hood, Lloyd, and Stockstill. Saya didn't get the start here this afternoon, but he's got 10 on 4 of 5 shooting, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. There was a foul given. It looks to be on Hood. That'll be his second. Holder to his right, floating on the run, doesn't go. And the rebound to Stockstill, being harassed by Tamias Williams. Driving is Hood, and he'll get fouled. Foul goes on Holder, his first, team's second. That'll put Hood at the free throw line. Made his only 2 free throws of the game earlier this half. He's got 11 plus 2 rebounds and 2 assists. First one's up and rims out. Second one doesn't go for him either. Warriors get the rebound deep in the near corner. Tamias Williams away with it. Tried to throw it up the rim, got it back, counted on a foul. First foul on Stockstill. That'll be the team's second of the second half. Looks like Farrow and Holder check out. Williams' free throw is good on the and one. That gets it back to single digits. It was 52-41, Knights at the break. We're approaching 5 minutes in to this second half. Swing it to Northington the second. He's going to skip it all the way across. 12 to shoot as driving is Hood, contested. He went down to the floor. Stockstill gets hit with the foul. That'll be his second, team's third. Parker with it. Tried to bounce it down low in the direction of Mashur. Warriors going with a little bit of size here in the 5 on the floor. They have Mashur and Fisher out there together. Media timeout with 14:52 to go. It's the Knights 60 and the Warriors 51 on your home for Warriors basketball. Out of the media timeout, 14:52 to go. 60-51 is our score. Warriors will have it, baseline inbound. Mason Parker sends it outside. 12 to shoot. leaning in and scoring. Turner Jr. for 2. And the lead continues to dwindle for the Knights of Kentucky Christian. Northington the second, all the way outside into the corner. Sarah Katsanis, and an offensive foul. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Knights. The foul goes on Sarah Katsanis. That'll be his 3rd. And a timeout on the floor. Coach Pleasant comes out to ask the officials what the stoppage is for. It sounds like Kentucky Christian is challenging the play. Clock stops, showing 14:20 remaining in the basketball game. Reminder that 30 minutes after this game concludes, the women's basketball team will be in action to round out the day as they welcome in Alma. Warriors volleyball victorious earlier today, 3-0 over Siena Heights. Men's basketball in a battle right now with the Knights, trailing by 7. We'll see how this review shapes out momentarily. Both sides so far in this one, 8 turnovers, but the Warriors are +8 in points off turnovers. They have 16 points off turnovers to 8 for Kentucky Christian. Kentucky Christian, the 2-point advantage in total rebounds, 24-22, but the Warriors have gotten 7 offensive boards so far today. And another positive, if you're Coach Pleasant so far, 14 assists on 22 made shots. That's good for 67% of their field goals being assisted on. But you'd like to see the Warriors shoot it a bit better from 3-point range. So far, just 2 out of 10 from beyond the arc. On the other side, Kentucky Christian, 7 of 16. That's just under 44%. There's 4 Knights in double figures, Lloyd and Hood each with 11, Saya and Stockstill each with 10. Tamias Williams leads the Warriors with 13, while Lyndon Holder, 8 points, 4 assists. James Fisher, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And it looks like the ball will stay in possession with the Warriors after the challenge by Kentucky Christian. So that will burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining. Holder's going to walk it up on Jaden Lloyd. He's out there with Turner Jr., Fisher, Mashur, and Gould. Fisher gets the offensive rebound but lost it out of bounds on his way up. And that'll send us to a media timeout on the floor. 14:06 to go. Warriors trail by 7. We'll step aside on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Welcome back on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Stephen McDonald here with you all day long inside of Garth Pleasant Arena. Take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Warriors now that their season has officially begun. A couple days from now on Wednesday the 29th, they'll be at Michigan Dearborn for one game quickly into conference play, then a scrimmage, an exhibition, if you will, against Oakland the following day. And then they'll come back home for a couple games on November 7th and 8th against Bethel and St. Francis, part of the Chick-fil-A of Auburn Hills Classic. Williams comes back in for the Warriors. Lloyd with it, going to his right, right-handed lay-in, falls. Lloyd now with 13. He had 11 in their season opener against Lawrence Tech. Also added 6 assists and 2 boards. So far tonight, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Williams steps inside the arc. He'll spin, lean back, and come up short. Slow it down for Lloyd. He's 6 of 9 from the floor today. Shot 3 of 8 in their opener against the Blue Devils. Went 5 of 5 at the free throw line. He'll drive on Williams, pivots, and off the heel it goes. Rebound Mashore. Skip it, looking for Williams. Thought about it, drives, lay-in, goes. Lay-in for Turner Jr. That's his second bucket of the night. 4 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Getting bumped there was Northington the second. Got tangled up with Holder. Pass picked off by Holder. Running the other direction. No look pass. Extra pass finds Mashore for the lay-in. What a sequence. Holder takes away the pass, the no look pass, and then the extra feed finds Mashore for the deuce. This one comes free, and who else but Holder off the floor? No look floater, down low Fisher, got it. Some fancy feeds by Lyndon Holder. 3 is on the way and through for Markel Hood. Driving, Turner Jr. missed it up and over the rim. On the run, left alone, thought about the 3, keeps it moving. Far side corner 3 comes up short. Long rebound off the deck to Williams. 2-on-1, Mashore lays it in. The lead down to 4. 11 minutes to go in the basketball game. Lloyd has it against Turner Jr. Logo 3 straight on, too strong by Hood. Offensive board Stockstill disrupted by Fisher. And then a bump out near midcourt. Warriors had a break if it weren't for the foul. Had Turner Jr. all alone across midcourt. The whistle and the foul will be the 6th on the Knights. Looks like they got Jaden Lloyd for his 3rd. Holder has it, uses a screen by Fisher, floats it to him, got it on the lay-in. Man, oh man, Holder has had some nice passes here of late. Give him the assist there. That's his 6th. As Fisher rejects it at the rim, it goes off the backboard. On the run is Holder. Lays it up. No. Follow up. Yes for Tamias Williams. And a timeout on the floor. Tied at 65. 10:07 to go in the ball game. Timeout on the floor. We will step aside. Tied at 65 on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. James Fisher got the block. Tamias Williams cleaned it up for the defensive rebound, then cleaned it up on the offensive end on a putback for 2. We're tied at 65 with 10:07 to go in the basketball game. The Warriors were down at the half, 52-41. They've outscored now the Knights 24-13 in the second half, and there's another takeaway by the Warriors defense. Allen driving, some contact, left it short, no whistle. Northington the second for 3, that's no good. Rebound, another one for Williams. Weaves his way through traffic, floats it for Fisher, and then throws it off the back of the backboard out of bounds. The pace and the energy of this game has certainly intensified over the last few minutes. That turnover by the Warriors, their 9th as a team. But again, they've done well in terms of points off turnovers tonight. 3's not going to go. Fisher the rebound. It's 20-8 in terms of points off turnovers. Long bounce pass finds Allen for 2. That's a great look on the feeding end by Tamias Williams, and the Warriors get the lead by 2. Stopping and scoring. Jaden Lloyd has had himself a game tonight. Backing in, baseline goes Farrow. Shakes a man off him, goes outside for Fisher. Around it goes to Williams, tried to reverse it. Long 3 from the wing, runs off the rim. Fisher got a hand on it, and then Holder held it in for him. Eight minutes to go in regulation. Holder floats it down low. Farrow wide open for 2. And an offensive foul will go against the Knights. For Farrow on that lay-in at the other end. He has 8 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Also has 6 rebounds as well. Got the start in this game. Was one of the 2 returning starters for the Warriors from last season, along with James Fisher. It was Williams, Holder, and Allen, the other 3 that got the start today for Coach Clint Pleasant. Skip it across the floor into the corner for Tyler Allen. He'll drive with 13 to shoot. Farrow turns, fires, doesn't go from point blank. Now he's tied up with Mashore and then thrown down. And whistles come out as bodies hit the floor. Markel Hood was pleading his case with our officiating crew. Sounds like they give the foul to Matthew Rugg. That would be his second and team's 8th. Warriors lead it by 2 with 7:21 to go in the basketball game. Tamias Williams up to 15 points, also has 5 rebounds and 6 assists. James Fisher, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Dustin Farrow, 8 points, 8 rebounds on 4 of 7 shooting. Lyndon Holder, 8 points, 7 assists. Tyler Allen, 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Jamil Mashore has chipped in for 6 points and 3 rebounds on 3 of 5 shooting. On the other side for Kentucky Christian, Jaden Lloyd, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, but also has 3 fouls. Markel Hood, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, but also has 3 fouls as well. Preston Saya and D'Angelo Stockstill still on 10 points apiece. Lamar Northington II, just behind them, has 9 points plus 5 rebounds, 2 assists. For Kentucky Christian, this their second game of the 2025 season already. They fell in their opener to Lawrence Tech in what was a high-scoring affair. Warriors, this is their first game action of 2025. They'll get back to action on Wednesday upcoming against Michigan Dearborn. Then the following night, they'll go to Oakland for an exhibition game at the OU Credit Union Arena. And then they'll come back home for 5 games. They'll have Bethel and St. Francis on November 7th and 8th. The following weekend, they'll welcome in Rio Grande and Trinity Christian on the 14th and 15th, then get back into conference play against Northwestern Ohio on November 22nd. And as we make our way back out of the timeout, Farrow shooting free throws. Warriors outscoring the Knights 28-15 here in the second half, and they have a 2-point lead. Turning the corner and sending it back outside was Lloyd. Long floater goes for Northington II. Holder goes outside for Allen. Mashore inside for Farrow, got stripped on the way up, whistle and a foul. That'll be the 4th on Lloyd. who has had, as we highlighted during that last time out, has had an excellent game. 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. Farrow at the free throw line. First one's up and short. Warriors just haven't shot it at a high percentage from the free throw line today. Second one is through. One-point lead for the Warriors. Just about 6.5 to go in the basketball game. Rocking with it is Lloyd. Picked up that fourth foul just a moment ago. Tried to send it back to the logo for him, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. Twelfth turnover by Kentucky Christian. Preston Saya comes back in. Farrow driving, right-handed floater goes off glass. Now Lloyd in a crowd, dangles, can't finish. Mashore the rebound. Holder has it, working on Lloyd. Behind a screen by Mashore. 10 to shoot for the Warriors. Holder leaves it for Williams with the monster jam! Just above the three-point line it goes for Stockstill. Reach in and a foul on the Warriors. That'll be the fifth on Mashore. That'll send James Fisher back into the ball game. Knights able to hold it, but turned over to the Warriors. James Fisher stripped. Settle it at the logo with Lloyd to Stockstill. Tried to roll his way on Fisher. Three is offline from the wing by Hood. Allen looking to push coast to coast, lays it in. Tyler Allen the lay-in. It's 76-69 Warriors. Coach Pleasant shouting for a stop on defense. Corner three is up and through. Preston Sy has knocked down more than a few threes tonight. Williams hooks, runs it around the rim and down. Williams up to 19 points on 9 of 17 shooting, 5 rebounds and 6 assists as well, gives his team the 78-72 lead. With 4:14 to go in the basketball game, we'll take the timeout on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. out of the timeout. 4:10 to go in the game. 78-72 Warriors. They have flipped the script here in the second half. 37-20 is the differential in the second half. Trailed 52-41 at the break. Lloyd still out there despite some foul trouble. 5 to shoot. 3 is on the way. And the rebound down to Fisher, poked loose, but Farrow finds it on the floor. Holder driving left, leaves it for Tyler Allen. Farrow, inside move, got stripped. Stockstill to the far side of the floor. Rising just above the free throw line. Rebound comes down to Allen. It's been a solid debut for the Warriors transfer guards, Lyndon Holder and Tyler Allen. Farrow gives it to Allen. That's Holder, left alone for 3. And we'll get a whistle and a stoppage as the shot clock shows 4 seconds remaining, but should have reset off the miss. So they'll reset it, at least for the moment, to 17. Clock stops, the game clock stops with 2:45 to go. They're going to go over to the scorer's table, double check that they have things where it needs to be. Tamias Williams, 19 points, 9 of 17 shooting to lead all scorers. James Fisher has 12 plus 5 rebounds and 3 assists. Farrow with 11. Tyler Allen with 10. Lyndon Holder has 8 points. And for the Knights, Jaden Lloyd, despite 4 fouls, has 15 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists to lead his team. Allen will inbound. Gets it to Holder. 10 to shoot off the reset. Fisher, far side it goes to Farrow. Bounce pass with 3 to shoot. Holder, no angle, going to come up well short. And as they get it across midcourt, call time with Jaden Lloyd. Knights call time with 2:25 remaining, trailing by 6. We'll take the timeout with them. A reminder that 30 minutes after this game concludes, we'll have the women's basketball team in action to round out the day as they take on Alma. But we've got 2:25 to go in this game on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Knights basketball out of the timeout. Down by 6. Gives it up. Sarah Katsanis outside. Hesitation move. Turning is Lloyd. Gonna shoot it. Fills it up. Counted on a foul. Lloyd so patient on the drive. Couple head fakes. Throws up the shot, got it to go, and one. That'll be the first on Farrow. Lloyd 1 for 3 at the free throw line today. He's 8 of 13 from the floor. He'll have one shot at the line, 78-74 Warriors. Free throws up and good. Three-point lead for the Warriors after they trailed by 11 at the break. Fisher hung up with it, finally gets it to Farrow, reverses it for Allen. 10 to shoot for the Warriors as they bounce it for Williams. Never saw it coming, has it pocket picked. Sarah Katsanis for three. We're tied. 90 seconds to go in regulation. Holder to Farrow. Outside, Allen wants a three. Give me that! Heck of a time to knock down your first three as a Warrior. Gives his team back the lead after Sarah Katsanis tied it just a moment ago. 65 seconds to go in the basketball game. Backing up with it is Lloyd, driving on Fisher, stops in the lane. That's tipped by Fisher. Less than a minute to go now. Warriors basketball up by 3 in the hands of Lyndon Holder. Still has 15 on the possession. Can get this all the way down to about 20 seconds remaining. Fisher's going to come out to screen for him with 5 to shoot. Holder floats it for Williams, who was cutting in towards the hoop. That'll be a turnover by the Warriors. Shot clock is off, 28.1 to go. You do have some options for a three here. Sarah Katsanis, 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. Markel Hood has a couple threes as well. He's 2 of 8. Preston Saya, is 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, and a timeout's going to be called. That'll be the final timeout, I believe, with 13 seconds to go. Tamias Williams, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists to lead his team. Tyler Allen, the big three just a moment ago, 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. On the other side for the Knights, 18 points for Jaden Lloyd. Markel Hood, 14 points, does have a couple threes tonight. Mentioned Preston Saya, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, hit a couple early in this one, has 13 points overall. Sarah Katsanis has 9 points, all on 3-point shots. So again, you do have some options here if you're Kentucky Christian, and you still have 13 seconds to operate. Kentucky Christian out of timeouts. Warriors do have 1 remaining. Warriors are in the bonus. And it looks like the Warriors have the possession arrow as well. Here we go, 10 seconds to go in regulation. Get it to Lloyd. He wants the three, got the three! Warriors, one final push. Stripped, last second heave at midcourt. Banks off the rim and comes up short. A last-second three by Jaden Lloyd to tie it at 81 will send us into overtime on homecoming day for Rochester Christian. The Warriors trailed at the half 52-41. They outscore Kentucky Christian in the second half 40-29. And we will play 5 more minutes of basketball. Again, the women's game will get going about 30 minutes after this game concludes, but we have 5 more minutes left in this game. We'll step aside for a quick break, come back for overtime from Garth Pleasant Arena on the Rochester Christian Sports Network. Jaden Lloyd, 21 points on 9 of 15 shooting. The only 3 that he needed in the first 40 minutes of time was the one that sent us to overtime with about 5 seconds remaining. Fisher will jump it up for the Warriors. Stockstill takes it against him. Warriors win the tip. And we are a go for overtime. Bounce it to Fisher, drops it off Williams, lay in, good. Warriors with the first possession and first bucket of overtime. Williams now up over 20 points on the day, has 21 on 10 of 18 shooting. Into the corner goes for 3. That's well offline that time by Sarah Katsanis. It'll be ball out for the Warriors. Holder will bring it up. 8 points, 8 assists, also has a rebound as well. Swing it far side of the floor to Allen. Allen 13 points, 6 rebounds. To Farrow with 10 to shoot. Couple jab steps, drops it to the baseline for Fisher. Leans in, lays it in. Couple buckets for the Warriors to start overtime. They've got the 4-point lead. Sarah Katsanis stepped back for 3, airmailed it. Holder lobs for Fisher for the throwdown, and the crowd's to its feet. A 6-0 run to begin overtime for Rochester Christian. The man who sent us to overtime, Lloyd, finally gives off to Northington the second. He'll get screened for by Stockstill. Pass intercepted by Farrow. Holder to the corner. Allen's going to slow it down. Finds Williams, splits 2, left the lay-in on the rim. Away with it come the Knights. Stockstill drives on Fisher, scores. Stockstill for 2, cuts it down to 87-83, 2:41 to go in overtime, and a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside quickly on your home for Warriors basketball. 2:41 to go in the overtime period. The Warriors jumped out in overtime 6-0. But then a deuce by Stockstill before the timeout, 87-83. Holder nearly stripped at midcourt. He's in some trouble. Able to get it to Farrow, who gives it right back to him. Straight away for Tamias Williams. Fisher gonna try to back in on Stockstill, 5 to shoot. Kicks it this way, Allen for 3. Off the rim. And right as that ball came off the rim, it looked like Dustin Farrow was being grabbed, and I believe that's going to be the call on Preston Saya. That'll be his second. That'll put Tyler Allen at the free throw line, where he's 2 out of 4 today. Correction, they do make that adjustment. It should have been Farrow at the line. He was the one being grabbed. So they do swap him out with Tyler Allen. Dustin Farrow 1 for 5 at the line today. 2:08 to go in overtime. First free throw is up and hops off the rim. One more for him at the line. That one's off the heel as well. Got his own miss off the heel. Holder a chance to reset things here, take a few more seconds off the clock. Has 10, goes in, lays it in. Tamias Williams gets a hand in there. Allen drops it off to him. He'll lay it in transition. 91-83 Warriors. Just over a minute and a half remaining in overtime. Driving through a crowd, lay-in falls. Northington the second for 2. But the Knights need a stop. Allen crossed the floor with it for Farrow. Farrow 10 to shoot. Lost the dribble, regains control. 5 on the shot clock, final minute of overtime. Holder steps back, launches the 3, got the 3! Northington the second for 3. That's not going to go. Rebound, long rebound came just above the free throw line for Tyler Allen. And now the Warriors 35 seconds away from a win to start the season. A whistle and a foul out high on Northington the second. Just the first on him. That'll send Holder to the free throw line for the first time today. 13 points, 9 assists, 5 of 12 shooting from the floor. First free throw falls. Coach Pleasant, a quick word with Dustin Farrow, his sophomore wing. 31.8 seconds to go. 2 free throws good for Lyndon Holder. Lloyd trying to bully his way in on Allen, flips it up, scores it. And then a quick foul stops the clock. That'll be the third on Matthew Rugg. Just trying to extend the game as much as they can. Holder back to the free throw line, just hit a couple a second ago. First one's up and through. Warriors outscored the Knights 40-29 in the second half. But it was the three by Jaden Lloyd that sent us to overtime. Second one doesn't fall for Holder. The Warriors have outscored Kentucky Christian 16-6 here in overtime. Extra pass goes to the corner. Three's on the way. Off the rim for Dustin Farrow. One more rebound for him. And Holder will send it up the floor for Tamias Williams, who will jog it out and actually gave the ball to the official before the time ran out. But that will do it. 97-87 in overtime. The Warriors come away with the win to start out the season on homecoming on their home floor. Some final stats in this one before we sign off and send it to the women's game in just a little bit. Tamias Williams, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. He shoots it 11 of 20 from the floor. Lyndon Holder, an excellent performance from him, 16 points and 9 assists. James Fisher, 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists from the big man. Tyler Allen, 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. Dustin Farrow finishes in double figures with 11 plus 11 rebounds. And on the other side for Kentucky Christian, Jaden Lloyd finishes with 23 points, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds. He hit the three. This is only one of the day that sent us to overtime, but it was not enough as the Warriors got it done in the overtime session, outscoring the Knights 16-6 in that extra 5 minutes of play. And so for our SID, Andrew Ripke, I'm Stephen MacDonald saying so long from Garth Pleasant Arena, where your final score one final time is the Warriors 97 and the Kentucky Christian Knights 87. This has been a presentation of the Rochester Christian Sports Network.